Hello there, welcome back to the Ogre, the Old Geek Reacts, Reviews and Off Times Reminiscences. Today we're doing something I should have done some time ago. I said in a previous video that I've been on doing other things and had a bit of a break. I've just been too lazy really to get back into it, but back I am. I was going to do I heard this particular band some months ago. It will be now. I thought I'm interested in this. Don't know if I like it yet, but I'm interested, and that's the last I really heard of it. But at the time I thought, if I like it, I'll do a reviewy type thing on here for it. But I haven't. Clearly, I wouldn't be doing this now, and I haven't really heard it since. I have found the album again, and I'm really just what am I trying to say here? In all honesty, I flicked through various tracks because I don't like picking songs I may not like. I like to pick songs I will like, but flicking through doesn't always work in that. It doesn't always result in a decent song as far as I'm concerned, and I'm always wrong-footing myself. And if I happen to pick a song that I don't like, particularly when I review it, I think I'll pick another one and do it. So hopefully, because there was promise when I listened to it before, that this is one of the tracks that drew my attention. We'll see. You'll tell by my face, probably. Anyway, Feversea, and this one. Okay, the jury's out as to whether this is many songs from artists you don't know or from genres you're not particularly familiar with, and this is supposedly post-metal, black and post-metal, which is a descriptor that sometimes confuses me, but sometimes. When we're going with this, oh yeah, I'm not sure yet if this is one of the ones that I did like, and I think I liked most of them, or at least was interested in most of them and liked some of them. I don't know where this is going yet. Perhaps I ought to shut up and let it continue, and then I'll tell you. But to be fair, it's building, and I am intrigued. So why particularly stop now when I could just let it run and done something that made more sense, or said something that made more sense later on? I don't know. I'm getting rusty. But was never that sharp in the first place, but hey. Woohoo! We're definitely in the Mac zone now, so yes, this is one of the ones I liked. You can't beat, I mean, black and post metal, it says here. For me, this is more like crusty black metal in many ways. But whatever, this is where genre descriptors sometimes are more subjective than they need to be. But there's a punkiness about this in the punch of what's going off now. But you can't beat a searing guitar tone, which, dependent on your point of view, can be, you know, a flame, or for me it is more like razor sharp. It parts the flesh so finely that very little blood flows. It's that sort of guitar tone, but the whole thing is loud and raucous. But I had to smile to myself a little bit that it sounds very young as well. These aren't old codgers making this racket. These are youngsters that have found instruments. When I say youngsters, I do mean in a relative sense, probably. But yes, they are making a cacophony which hasn't got cobwebs over it. Find the right button. One of those what do you call it, devices in music that sticking or contrasting relatively relatively pure vocals with hard music works very well in many occasions, on lots of occasions. And here's a case in point. Now I did like the more barky vocals employed here. Fit very well with the rush of the music, but sometimes I contradict myself. The thoughts that come into my head are contradicting themselves as they head towards my mouth, and I have to stop myself from saying things. But and then I forget completely what it is I was going to say in the first place. But I think, no, that's bollocks, mate. Don't say that. So I've totally lost track. But the point I was going to make was what? What was it? Can you tell me? I don't know. What was it? Yes, very often for me, the harder the music and the purer, sweeter the tone of the clean singing, and this normally involves female sounding vocals, the better it is for me. I just love that contrast of pure female singing. It doesn't have to be female singing, but female sounding. Those orders of tone, whatever you call it, pitch, range. Just love it. And it doesn't always have to be the rapid stuff. So something like Remina, the vocals there over the instrumentation work very well, and other places too that I can't quite bring to mind. But yes, again, heavy hints of punkiness about this, particularly when they just drop the pace a little bit and give it some bounce. And very often it's weird because being when I was young, I was into the first waves of punk and subsequent merging into hardcore punk. But when it comes to genre mixing, I prefer punk to be left. Some forms of punk, to be left out of the music. So for black metal, for me, I prefer black metal that isn't infused with a punkiness. I don't mind an influence of it, but I don't like punkiness within it. But here, whatever genre these bridge, and I'm sticking to the blacky metal side of things, it works very well for me and doesn't put me off at all. And there are one or two bands that manage to do it for me. There's not that many. Can't remember if this goes out with a bang or not, but regardless, the very well produced this is for these ears, insofar as everything is distinct and available. I was going to say clear then, but that was the point I'm going to make. Is it isn't? Is there's sufficient obfuscation there to it doesn't? This isn't clean and shiny. It's got a little bit of grime about it. There are a few cracks in it, just so it's not. There are a couple of bands that not quite the same, ploughing the same trough as these, but who are too shiny for me. Everybody raves about it. I'm not going to go into names because well, no, I'm not. I could do. No, I'm not. But the point of making is that they're too shiny, they're too clean in the production, and I don't like that in my music, in black metal music, or any sort of metal music. I like a bit of grime and some tributaries or forks of this genre. I prefer it to be so blooming obfuscated. It virtually isn't metal at all. It's just verging on pure noise with percussion, but it all depends really on that artiste. It's often the case. So yes, I like the fact here that despite everything being in your face, it isn't brightly so. So there you go. It went out with a big enough bang for me, that's for sure. And the bonus for me was that the droning tones at the end, whether it be the vocals, I can't tell if it was, I can't remember now if there's a synth or just a guitar drone at the end. But I do love a bit of drone over the top of, or under, or fused with whatever else is going off. So yes, thoroughly enjoyed that, every aspect of it. Now, at the beginning I was unsure, but still enjoyed the beginning. But when it's rolled into the whole, there was nothing at all that I didn't like about this particular track, which means I shall have to go and explore the rest of the album properly. On the strength of this one, I know I've flicked through the album, so it may be the case that I'll like every bit of it. Although I am notoriously hard to please when it comes to music that's outside my normal. This isn't really, is it? It is a bit. I'll wait and see. Anyway, I suggest if you like that, you get into it and see what else whatever else these youngsters have come up with. There you go. Right, clicky bollocks. Catch you all next time. Cheerio.